there's an easier way. With Thumbtack. Download the app today and care for your home from top to bottom.
We have head coach Sean Poppy along with student athletes Yaz Waziruddin, Addie Porter, and Abby Cornelius. Coach, you can have an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
Yeah, obviously super proud of this team, our support. It was loud and proud in there for the Chattanooga Mocs. We felt that the minute we walked out of our hotel today, there's been a belief in this group for a little while, and as this thing continued on and on and on, it's just super proud. They bought in, and they finally got what they deserve. So super happy, super blessed, and we're going dancing, baby.
Yeah.
Questions from the room? Just raise your hand. We have a mic. Questions? Front row.
Coach, I know you obviously expected Rachel Rose to be a problem, but were you expecting Helen Matthews to play the way that she did?
Well, and nothing against Helen Matthews. That was our plan from the get-go. We were going to try to make somebody that hasn't traditionally been a scorer for them be a scorer and try to do it for 40 minutes. With that said, you got to get a belief from these three and the rest of their teammates that they trust in what our game plan is going to be, which obviously was try to take away Rachel Rose and in the full court, deny her the ball, try to get into ball screen coverage, and then sit back on Matthews and see if that's somebody that could beat us. I say that to say, as early on in the game, I was questioning myself if that was a good idea or not. But I thought as the game went on, it was one of them things which is stick with it. And I thought there in the middle of the third, it broke itself free. So I'm proud that they trusted and believed in us, but I don't know why I should be because they've done that all year for us. So that was a game plan. She had a heck of a game, don't get me wrong, but it was some things that we had, it went in the game hoping that would be a good answer.
Front row.
This goes for any of the girls. Coach Poppy, obviously a lot of energy. Seeing him run up and down the sidelines or jump up in the air, you'll see a picture later. It's hilarious. How does that energize y'all during the game?
I guess I'll go. He's definitely a very passionate guy about the game, about us, about basketball and everything. So we can just feed off of him, let his energy translate to us on the court. Because like he says, he can't have one more assist. He's not going to make another shot or anything. It's all up to us at that point. But his energy definitely energizes us as well.
More questions from the room? Just raise your hand. Back row.
Yeah, it seemed like whenever you needed a basket, you were the one that they could go to, whether it was someone else setting you up. How are you able just to be relied on the entire game to get any time you needed something going?
I know my team believe in me, so it starts with that and just playing with confidence, and that's really it. Just knowing my team got my back. If I miss or make, they still go be there for me no matter what.
More questions from the room? Front row.
Coach, your starting five there played all of their about 4 minutes. How important are your core five, and how much can you lean on them every game?
Well, I've been leaning on them for a long time. I know that. It's a credit to a lot of things. One, it's how big their heart is. They went through it for, I think Addie Grace leads the country in minutes, if I'm not mistaken, and Yaz can't be too far behind. And this one over here to my right has been doing it on no legs, no arms, no nothing. And you know what? I look at her and say, I'm not even going to ask how you feel because I already know. And she just keeps on. And, that was the thing. I knew our game plan was going to take a ton of energy. But we kept talking about, we got 40 minutes. This is a one-day deal. You guys give everything you have. They're going to be tired. We're going to be tired. Who's going to will us to this, to this win? And that's a belief in them because that's who they've been all year for us. Been very important. And don't get me wrong, our bench, although they've not played a ton of minutes, they're part of our family. They've been with us every step of the way. Their energy. This is a family affair, and it's nice that we finally got what we deserved.
More questions? Poppy, sorry for being late, but
I was wondering if you were going to be here. I mean, you can't call us champions back in October and then not show up to the press conference.
The record showed that I did call. But can it be demoralizing to be a player and somebody to be playing off of you for 10 feet and you being asked to shoot for an entire game? It seemed like that may have, in a sense, been, I don't want to say it negatively, but it was kind of the game plan with Matthews. Don't let Rose beat you. Maybe if a Matthews hits her shots, it's just that day.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan, and my hopes were that it worked. But that's just really how good Rachel Rose is. I don't know the exact numbers, but it feels like she's averaged 25 a night over the last 5 or 6. I was up late last night watching some synergy stuff and breaking down stats. I think she had scored double digits off the ball screen in every win that they've had. And so if we could minimize that, you make that 2 instead of, at our place last time was 17, right? That's a 15-point differential. And now early on, I'm not going to lie, I was going, hopefully this is going to work because she had that thing going early on. But it's a testament to our kids. They stayed with the process, stayed with the game plan, and in the end, it worked out.
Matt Crow.
For Abby, anyone can say they can take a step back from scoring, but you've actually done it all season and helped in other categories. How rewarding is it for all that hard work and all of the less attention on you scoring-wise, but everything else? How rewarding is that to be a SoCon champion?
I do this to win championships like this. I don't care how many points I score. But yeah, we worked all summer for this. We started June
20th.
I don't know. It's been a long time, and we've all been working for this moment right here, so it's so rewarding.
Gene? Eddie, I asked Abby on the court about this, but, you walk in the McKenzie Arena and you look up in the rafters, you see championship banners. And, I understand for a while there it could be maybe a little overwhelming because you don't have, a team that's on there. So in this moment now where you are a champion, how special does this feel?
Oh, it's really special for sure. It's just to know now every time we walk up there and look, we're going to be up there, and we can remember that for the rest of our lives. And all the hours and everything we've put into it was worth something, and doing it with this team was just extra special.
Maybe time for a couple more.
Coach, what do you think was the turning point of this season?
I don't know if we've had an exact one. We've had, I feel like, a handful. I feel like it was one of them ebbs and flows all year. As soon as you feel like you got too high, right, we'd have to have a come to Jesus meeting and talk our way through it, and then we respond. And I say all that to say is that I feel like we always were able to look in the mirror and figure out, you know what, let's be honest with ourselves, we got to fix this, that, and the other, and then we're going to be fine. They continue to believe. I would say out of this tournament, it had to been the timeout with 3 and some change to go against Furman. I feel like after that, we played as good of that was at 92 minutes that we played all year. And so we joke around inside our program that I can't relax with them. The minute I do, they tend to relax. And so that's kind of been one of the things. I stay on them, and sometimes I make stuff up. And they kind of look at me like, is that serious or not? And I try to stay serious as much as I can. But again, this group has worked, and they've been mature to handle the ebbs and flows that we've had and use every lesson along the way. 2 weeks ago, we were in Greensboro, or a weekend, I guess, ago, and had a chance for a share of the title. And I thought we played as nervous and tight as we had all year. And that's not to take anything away from Greensboro. But we were able to learn from that. And we talked about it after the game. Hold on to that feeling, because we know that we're not very good when we're nervous, right? And then, of course, we open up Furman the same way. And then once we kind of just relaxed, and then you start building and building and building. So it's a testament to them. This has been an unbelievable group since the day I arrived on campus.
In the back. We'll have one more after this, Gene. We'll get you back to you.
Quick question. We know your family who is here is about to expand by one any day now. What's that journey been like for you with all of this and then the personal side?
Oh, man. I think sometimes we all look at each other and we're so into basketball, but there's life still going on, outside. And but what my wife back in the back has done for our family, for us to get here, she's an unbelievable mother, and we talked about it when we found out we were pregnant, and the due date came. I said, "Boy, what a story that would be, huh? Let's cut some nets down, and a couple days later, figure out that we're going to have another child, and here we are." So, love her to death. My family back there has been my rock. and they're part of this. Kai's been with us. He's kind of been our good luck charm. When he went away, maybe that was a turning point when he had to go have surgery. So I'm glad she held that baby in for us to celebrate, and we'll get back to Chattanooga and see what we have here in the next couple of days.
Gene, you got a question that can top that one? Finish us? I just don't want to put the pressure on you, but
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Sean, family integrity, respect, self-discipline, and together first. You now have your first SoCon championship. How special does that feel right now?
Well, it was one of the things that we wanted to lay a foundation of culture when we got here. And we thought no better way than come up with the acronym and then start to look at it every day. First. And then what it takes to get there. I thought this summer it was straight relationships, right? We loved on them. They worked their tails off. But I was the nice Coach Poppy. Then we got to October and I turned into the Coach Poppy, right? But they all knew where it was coming from, right? It was coming from love, and I was going to push them and hold them accountable, whether it be our best player or who doesn't play as many minutes. We're all held accountable, and I was talking to Larry before the game in our little radio interview. I feel like whether we won today or not, we've skipped steps in a good way to building this program. Right? I told them, you guys believe in this, in the culture, and we do that, we're going to be good enough to win a championship. Now we're here, but the foundation that Yaz has laid with making it okay to love basketball, the work she puts in, how much she loves watching film, this one over here that can take a back seat a little bit. I want to say back seat from everyone outside looking in at a stat sheet, but my play call sheet goes almost out the door when she's not out there, right? Because she's such an unbelievable good passer, can read a defense, and she's bought into, you know what, I'm going to be the best teammate I can, and whatever happens, happens. And I feel like we've skipped some steps in that sense, whether we won today or lost. But I tell you what, it sure felt good to win, didn't it?
All right. Well, I think that does it. The champions of the Southern Conference. There they are, the Chattanooga Mocs.